back. Welcome to Last Call, everybody.
I never left.
I wonder what happened to the cover on this. It used to have one. Oh, well.
I don't know.
Don't drop this.
Michael got drunk and threw it into the audience at when we were downtown.
Michael threw it to the audience? Really?
Got drunk. Wait, you're saying Michael Jones got drunk?
I know it's hard to believe.
Crazy.
The next thing you'll tell me is Jeremy got drunk. Or Matt.
What are you talking about?
You're pretty good today, honestly.
Yeah, I did. Well, that's the thing. I've learned the moderation.
He's
You
learned.
have not learned the moderation.
He's learned the pours, which was he put a whole can of Coke in there instead of half a can
As
to
recently
water down
as,
the normal amount of
only
alcohol.
like 3 shots.
as recently as Theater Mode, which was shot this week, you did not learn the pour.
It was last week. It might have been this week.
Don't even.
You have no memory.
It's not that, Ryan. It doesn't matter if I'm drunk or not. I wouldn't remember what day that happened. It happened. That's all I know.
Tyler, was it this week?
That was last Friday.
See, there you go. I knew what week.
You could have sided with me, and he would never
It was
have known.
within the week of from now back.
From now, but I know what day Sunday is, so I marked that, and that's where the week starts.
That's belly spoon.
That's
day.
true.
Yeah.
I had I had a really interesting moment. So in Cincinnati, there's a Hofbrauhaus. If you're familiar, anyone at home, it's basically just a beer garden. Oh, nice! A new
The background.
And I don't know if I was on an empty stomach or what, but we were there with a couple other people that I was working with at GE at the time, and we were having some beers and having a good time, standing up on the benches and dancing to German music.
Sure, as you do.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm
your
going
German
home.
dances.
I was too impatient to wait for the food to come, which was like a bunch of like bratwurst and stuff. I'm like, I'm going home. And so Cincinnati lies on the Ohio River. The Hofbrauhaus is on the other side at Newport, area.
By Newport.
I'll agree with
somewhere
anything
there.
you say.
And so anyway, basically, I had to then walk across, get across the river, traverse the city to the other side, to the suburbs up north to get to my residence. Didn't really in my head. I'm like, that'll be easy. That'll be fine. I'll go on a nice walk. It's like 8:30 at night. I didn't even Google Map it. I did, and then I was like, looks fine.
North. You go north.
It's only that far.
On the map, it's nothing.
I made a lot of friends along the way. Had a lot of encounters.
Rats and cats?
I kind of weaved through the city to meet people. Someone got me into a cab at some point, and I went down the street and I was like, I don't have a lot of cash, so you're just gonna have to stop now so I can give you what I have. Got back out of the cab, started walking again. And there's someone who was in their driveway with their dog, and I was asking which way to go, which direction, even though my phone's in my pocket. And they're like, "Let me go. Hold on." And then they went inside, and so I was I heard them talking to their husband or whatever, or their boyfriend, and I was just sitting there hanging petting the dog, and then I just had a little adventure, and then I got back.
You had an indie movie.
And then I got to my door, and I walked in. I got inside. My roommate was sitting there, and I had all the memories that had just happened to me. And he's just like, "Where's everybody else?" And I'm like, I left them. They were left behind. And for him, it was the most.
There was bratwurst.
For him, it was the most dramatic answer, but he was he just assumed I got an Uber or a cab or drove or whatever. But
Meanwhile, they'd been back for hours.
yeah. But it was I don't remember a lot of the walk, but it must have been quite long.
Yeah, that's. I've had that actually happened to me in Washington D.C.
Yeah,
where I went. I was up there not recently. This is 7, 8 years ago. I went to the Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert rally up in D.C. Actually, I went with Kerry Shawcross when he was just started, I think, full time at Rooster Teeth. And he was under 21. That's what I remember, because I went out and went drinking with some people, and he had to go back to the hotel. I don't know how I got back to my hotel room. I legit I remember I walked to the restaurant and then got drunk, and then I don't remember how I left. I remember I went to a Five Guys at one point and got a burger, and then I somehow figured out how to get back to the hotel room after that. And I was like, I don't know where I was, and that's I was completely. I've never been there before, and so I was like, "Oh God, that was someone was watching over me that night."
Yeah,
there's some times where it's minor details. I won't remember what we recorded, anything I've said within it. I remember we recorded it, but that's about it.
Satisfactory Part 2.
Satisfactory Part 2. That happened.
Those are videos I don't like to watch back.
I like to do. Which I like to do that.
You're
with
who is that man?
I'll let it
Why does he
continue.
sound like me?
To me, I'll just let it continue to not exist.
But that's fairly normal for me, where it's like I'll record the video, I'm like, that's done.
Alcoholic.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
don't
even
not even when I'm drunk. I just put the memory away.
Yeah. Like
I
the-
defrag my mind for a minute and just let it disappear.
Like there have been things where it's like there'll be like people like suddenly a video will come out and people will start quoting things I said in the video to me on Twitter. I'm like, I have no fucking idea what this is or where did I say this? And it's like to them it's like, oh my god, that was so funny. I was like, I don't know what that was, and so But again, that's just because we produce so much content. It's like literally, it's like we're making. I mean, we put out what 13 videos a week, 13 to 14 videos a week,
And
more now because of Let's Watches, so it's more like 18 or 19.
But I mean, like we're producing like we make a lot of content, and so like the idea of like when you film something months ago and it finally hits, it's like I don't remember at all. I just hiccuped.
There's only ever been one time where I got drunk and I was like, I don't remember what that was, like what happened or anything like that.
Yeah,
that
blackout.
That was over in the UK. Like with Jeff and I, we went to Minecon like years ago. that happened. That's all
we still haven't gotten
about.
the stories out of Jeff about that. He was like, I learned so much about Matt Bragg.
You never will. Or actually, it won't be that hard if he remembers them. But
Well, that was back when he was still drinking too. So
so it's a 50-50. I remember the night starting with like meeting up with some friends I met in the community, and then I remember waking up in the bed and I was like, these are crispy M&Ms. They don't make these in America. I must be in another country.
That's how you knew. That's how you knew.
There's
totally knew
poor
for a while.
Matt
But they got
Bragg
rid of them.
in discovering where he is based on candy.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute.
And then,
Show me your candy drawer.
then that's when I was like, right, to the panel.
Iron Brew? I must be in Scotland.
I don't
But
think
I don't know how I got back there. I know nothing about that experience. Just it happened. There were tweets that I don't remember making.
Oh yeah, that's
and
scary.
I was like,
There
okay.
you go.
And that was even I'd planned ahead. I changed my passcode because
Yeah,
I was
but your
like,
brain still
exactly.
knew it.
I was
You
like,
changed it.
I changed my passcode and I was like, surely drunk Matt won't remember that. That'll be a thing for sober
Drunk Matt remembered and said, I'm
Drunk
not
Matt.
too drunk. I'm fine. I'll trust
Here's
me.
the
And then
problem.
you got in anyway.
Drunk Matt remembers everything sober Matt knows. It's not the other way around.
I think the real problem was like tipsy Matt unlocked the phone for something and then thought he closed it, but put it in his pocket.
That would be
and then
be
he
a
came back
phone
out.
heist.
It's still
that would be
on.
a fun game show where you start. It's like basically there's like 10 shots, and so you do a shot, and then you tell that person a fact. And then you do another shot, you tell them another fact. Or you wait 10 minutes, you give them another fact. You do that up to like 5 or 10 shots.
Oh, 10.
And then you come back the next day after, or maybe like when they're in hangover mode, and then you have a trivia show where you're asking them the questions that you told them the answers to when they were drunk.
Didn't Blaine and Ashley do that, where it was basically me versus drunk me, where they interviewed
Well, that was like an
themselves?
interview thing. Yeah, that was a little bit different. But
One of those ended in vomit.
yeah,
of those ended
it was a
very
three.
quick.
It was a 3-part series where it was like it started. I think Chris was the first, then Ashley, and then Blaine.
Okay.
And that was a little bit different.
Drunk selves.
But you do like what like I don't know like blackout time or something. Something where there's like that weird phantom
Seems
time.
like
It's
it'd be real hard to get past the
The-
insurers.
the-
There's almost no
void.
monetization value there because no one's gonna want to touch that. They're gonna be like, yeah, sure, you do that. I'm not sponsoring
An
it.
alcohol
I'm not-
company would love it.
No, even the alcohol companies do not want to be reminded. It's like, our product, if you drink enough of it,
That's what happens.
your world goes away.
They say anyway, be responsible. We're not touching that.
yeah, have fun, have fun.
That sounds like really interesting though.
There's Blaine interviewing.
Oh no, just don't.
Well, there it is. On himself. Doesn't even lean
all over
forward.
the set. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you know, like they had to have planned that at some nature. They're like, we're gonna get you to the point where you're gonna throw up, right?
That also looked like the most casual vomit I've ever
Yeah, because that's how drunk he was. Have you ever been that drunk where you're just like your movements just like I don't care. It's happening.
I don't know.
I guess I've like only browned out like that always
him
sunny.
it's gone.
Like,
Browned out.
I mean like I've blacked out like minute.
Yeah.
Like a minute. Like I remember one time I went like I was walking home because I'm like it's starting like my memories going in and out.
And then you're on the
just need to-
highway driving.
I need to get home. No, it's not like Limitless where I double dosed. Yeah, I got home. I'm like, I have to go to the I have to go to the bathroom. So I went, I peed, and then like after I peed, I was like suddenly sitting on the edge of the shower. Like
Yeah.
it's like the tower shub combo, whatever.
Tower
And so-
shub?
Yeah, it's
Close
like the
enough.
shower and then the tub. And so like I'm just sitting there like just with, and then I kind of woke up. I was like, why am I sitting here? And then like I remember trying to pull myself up by grabbing the shower
that's
rod.
bad news.
And that just went and I went, ow. And then I got up and then I just went to bed.
I remember I had one blackout moment where I'd been drinking all night. It was a party at my house. So like I never get really drunk unless I know I'm like I can be here at the end of the night and be okay.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
it's always like I'm always like
Has
all
to be
right.
a safe space.
Exactly. And so it was my apartment and I was drinking. I remember like just drinking throughout the night. And then I remember real distinctly passing around a bottle of Jaeger that we got out of the freezer. Like, well, we got to finish it. And then it's like drinking straight out of it.
Yep.
Then it goes dark. Then I remember I call it the Doctor Octopus, where when you walk and you're just constantly grabbing onto things.
So good.
Yeah, so I was Doctor Octopus because I knew I was
so
like,
true.
I'm like, all right, and just constantly grabbing onto things. Then I remember throwing up and someone taking a Polaroid photo of me and me giving a thumbs up. Then it goes dark. And then I'm on my bed, and my friends were sitting around me on the bed, I guess, watching me, and they were eating Cheetos over, like, cheese puffs.
What?
Cheese puffs.
What ritual is this?
I was just like,
and that's how he lost his kidney.
And then, I guess they were making sure I wasn't gonna like swallow my own tongue or something. And then I woke up the next morning with just a hangover and just cheese puffs all over me.
That's
and I was
awesome.
Like, the fuck happened? Yeah,
You've
but
been
it was
sacrificed to Chester Cheese.
There was like 10-minute chunks that just been like lifted out of my brain.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you're not gonna remember that. And
That's
so,
like a Dumbledore with
Yeah,
the he takes the memories out. I think the times that I've like blacked out like moments are literally just surrounded by you get so drunk that your body's like you got to stop. So it makes you like start to pass like sleep to like save your body from like any further harm because you're poisoning yourself.
Yeah.
So like as soon as you sleep, that's when your short-term memory stops converting into long-term. So like that's usually when I've blacked out. Like it's around that because otherwise I don't go that ham usually. I don't.
I pretty much I try to. Well, I don't try to, but I usually get drunk, like drunk about once a year now, maybe twice. And it's always in a place where I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to be safe. You know, like the last time I got real drunk, honestly, was during the family reunion, like the Let's Play family reunion. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get fucked up because I knew there was enough people there that I was safe. We literally had a medic there. I'm like, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And I knew. I mean, I'm a pretty good drunk. I know I'm a pretty good drunk. So I'm like, I'm gonna have fun with it. I think I damaged myself. I hit that fucking little step going out to the pool. There was like a concrete step, and I popped my ankle on it. It hurt like hell. But I tackled you into the pool, but I gave you plenty of warning. I'm like,
oh no, that was a planned thing for sure.
Yeah, I was like
I want to do that. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, Trevor, take out your phone. I'm gonna tackle you to the pool. I'm gonna tackle you into the pool. Get all your shit out of your pockets. Like, okay, and then boom, immediately. And then I pushed Jeremy around a little bit.
Yeah.
And then apparently I was there for barbecue. I don't remember any of that.
You were there for barbecue as dusk set in, and you were like, oh man, I love you. Like you were I love you man.
Yeah, I'm a very friendly guy.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I feel that.
I remember everything.
I think I've been there for the majority of the times you've drank.
Probably.
Yeah.
And even then, it was never that much.
That's true.
All right, let's go. I'll go not drinking. You guys can all get buzzed or whatever.
Let's do it. Let's go get hammered.
I'm right now.
Where's the shots?